よりもっと深い罪が襲ってきて罪の毒で体がしびれ雷に打たれたようにビリビリビリビリビリ。教えて聞かせて。
Is making a comeback. Just lay down and cry. The waters don't really go by me. There's something I can't see, something bigger than what seems to be. Something to
Grammy Award winner.
New album went platinum.
Best New Artist in 96.
The album of the year is.
And the current equals to
25 years ago, our next guest put her hand in her pocket and told us what we ought to know.
The master plan is, I guess, what's happening now, which is worldwide domination.
it's like 10,000 strong. It's even in my dream. Too much to do, isn't it ironic? It's like rain on your baby to be high when you're
搬出されてますだから
All my life I've been searching for something, something never comes. Leads to nothing, nothing satisfies. Getting close, closer to the prize at the end of the road. All night long I dream of the day when it comes around and it's taken away. Leaves me with the feeling that I feel on both. Feel it come alive and alright. Are you guys okay? Everybody okay? Me too. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. There are days I can't remember. There are days last forever. One day I'll come out from under you. Well, from under you. Okay, this is my favorite Fuji rock ever. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Let's sing it one more time. Well, I've got another confession, my friend. I'm no fool. Well, I'm getting tired of starting again somewhere new.